Here we are on a beautiful September day at the McCoy pond, and you can see in the background the reservoir for the dam. This is kind of in the Pilot Mound area. The watershed is basically from Pilot Mound and south, and this watershed comes from the south. It's about 60 square miles of drainage area, and the dam here on my left was built in 1989. It's about 6 meters high, 5 to 6 meters high, holds about 15 to 18 feet of water, some permanent water, although it's drained down in the fall, and it's about 104 acre feet in this reservoir. So when Dustin and his group expressed interest in creating a rearing pond, we came here, we took a look, did some water quality testing, and then 3 years ago in the spring, they put in 50,000 walleye fry. And later on in the fall, they pulled out about 5,000 walleye fingerlings, anywhere from 4 to 10 inches. So Dustin, can you tell us about that first year? Were you shocked at how many fish came out of there?
Yeah, the first year was kind of a prototype on one of our fisheries last year in office before he retired. We put 50,000 fry in here as hoping that they'd survive, I guess, and we showed up in the fall to start netting. We got 300 and some fish the first 24-hour soak, and basically had to phone fisheries and say, okay, now what do? We got fish. We were instructed to put them in the Gowdy Reservoir. That was the original intentions of this rearing pond, was to stock our reservoir. However, putting that many in year after year could definitely prove to go the opposite way and have too many walleye and stunt their growth. So the last 2 years, we've been taking direction from Manitoba Fisheries staff, as well as utilizing their staff as a partnership between Mound Wildlife and Manitoba Fisheries to try to better some of these reservoirs and lakes in southern Manitoba. 3 years ago was definitely the first time I've played with nets. Definitely the first time I've tried to catch fish live. It was definitely an experience. I've got quite a fishing background. Fished my whole life, as well as hunt. Huge into the outdoors. Our club sees this as a good benefit to promote helping outdoors and partnering with different groups to try to better southern Manitoba in the fishing industry, as well as you see overfishing in multiple locations, more and more people getting into fishing, and the fish numbers depleting. I wanted to see something there for the youth coming up in this world, so they can enjoy what we've had, and this is a way to do it.
We can take a look at this dam a little bit, have a look at the dam, and then the system that we have in place to capture the fish. So there's netting, there's also a drain pipe, and then we're going to look at Walleye 1, the capture system.
Yes, it doesn't look like much. It was band-aided together, right, kind of thing at midnight. But this unit actually caught fish in February of last year, which is the first time ever. JP was down here, contacted me and said, we got a problem, we got fish in here. I'm like, oh. So we had to reach out to fisheries to get a live transfer permit so we could move them. They went to Rock Lake last year, but JP and a couple of our other friends that are on the group together successfully moved 303 walleye in February. We've got a great partnership here with Manitoba Fisheries, Cliff Greenfield here with Pembina Valley Watershed District, our local RM. I'd like to thank all those guys for help and when we need it, and support when we need it. This project's been quite important to me. One for the sustainability of the fisheries for myself, my children, and everybody else's children. I mean, I see without doing this, I don't see a strong future 20 or 30 years down the road. I've got a daughter, 9 years old, as well as JP's got a daughter.
Yep, 7 years old.
And they've been down here helping us in the mud. I think there's a future to this, and my daughter's going to be quite involved with it, and I'm pretty sure JP's will be too. I mean, when it's our time to call her quits, I think there's going to be a strong backing with some of the youth that have been mentored through this by us and their families.
We spend quite a bit of time down here, working down here, and bringing the kids down to kind of show them what's going on and what we do when we're not at home, helping it out, you know, for them later on down the road, for them to be out here to actually see that, I think makes them more interested in, you know, helping along the way too. So it's good. It's really good for all the young kids to get, you know, interactive with what we do, not only here, but the Goudney Reservoir and stuff like that, where we have our derbies and stuff too. It goes on and on from there. The more we can introduce the young kids, the longer it will go down the road when we're not here to do it.
If anybody wants to know anything about our success story or anything that we're doing, you can reach out to us. We can be found at Mound Wildlife on Facebook. Moundwildlife@gmail.com is another way to get a hold of us. Or you can reach out to the Pembina Valley Conservation District or Pembina Valley Watershed District, and they can point you in the right direction as well.